Good day. It's Martin Halliwell, and I am sponsoring this Value Engineering Experts episode with footprintengineering.ca. And many of you may know that I'm driven by a very pure mission to lower CO2 in the built environment. And many things will happen throughout the podcast series. We're going to have some really interesting people. We're going to hope that you learn and can adopt some of the practices. I've recently done 12 patents, unique in the sense that they lower CO2 in the built environment. And we'll have guests that are involved with those implementations. We'll have owners, we'll have engineers, experts in their field, and we'll have tradesmen. And anyone who knows my background would know that I've always respected the view of a tradesman. And from there, we can learn so much because they always want to do the job right. And engineers have to do the job right. Often we end up with over-design. We end up with issues with how we abuse concrete and steel in the built environment. Those are near and dear to me. I also have several energy patents. And as things progress in 2022, which 2022 represents 40 years of construction experience that I've had in operations, unique is that I've set up and ran 4,000 geotechnical design builds in my career since 1982. I've been a professional engineer in Canada since 1984. And with those 4,000 jobs, which I don't think ego needs to operate, but what we need to do is bring that to some value, some legacy. And what I want to do is make sure through this podcast series that we recognize the legacy of many individuals, owners that are benefiting from the footprint patents, or people that we can help who have similar values and can bring expertise to do quality workmanship in construction. You know, it's very, very important that we do quality. And I'd like to make this podcast series real. I'd like to make it so it's honest, has integrity, and that the guests that you'll meet and the problems that we'll solve and the things that we'll learn together will make it truly unique and applicable across North America. Our patents are obviously North American, and obviously I would like to have many people win off those patents. And in particular, my goal is to lower the built environment use of concrete and steel in terms of practice design, detailed design engineers you'll meet that'll teach you lessons, tradesmen that also will blend with the engineers from show to show. Perhaps even sometimes we'll take situations, and I encourage people to write to footprintengineering.ca and or Mission Matters. Matt Cook is going to arrange to have an experience where we can assess your geotechnical conditions. There's a tremendous waste in construction, concrete and steel below the surface. This is an area that I specialize in, and we have many, many things to talk about. And we hope that you benefit, and as owners, you benefit by saving cost and schedule. And ultimately, anything that lowers CO2 will save cost and schedule. And these lessons are invaluable. We can save millions of dollars. We can shorten our schedules. And in many respects, we can reduce risk, because value engineering at the start of a project, at the start of your project, tell us your challenge. Tell us where your soils are at. Send us a couple of typical boreholes, and we'll tell you, given certain loads and those soil representations in your city, in your area, and we will often avoid the risk of inadequate or overweighted situations. And I look forward to many, many podcasts. Welcome to Footprint Engineering sponsored podcast. We are the value engineering experts. We will accomplish a lowering of CO2 through the shows, through their patents that we have tabled and that we have posted throughout the US, patent pendings. We've been successful with getting 7 out of 12 patent applications in Canada to date, and then we've now filed those in the US. This is an exciting time. There's a lot of building going on in many US cities. As you know, many of us have challenges. And what we want is to help you as owners and help you as product suppliers. If you're achieving excellence in your product, then we would have you on the show, or we would have a contractor who's achieving excellence by using those products. And it's exciting to come to a point in time where we can all set a legacy of much lower CO2 in the built environment. It's estimated that 40% of all CO2 is from the built environment. And this is an area that, frankly, we have to do better. And can we make concrete that's better? Absolutely. One of our patents is waterproof concrete. And I hope to cover those early, most effective patents that can make a difference in the initial shows. So once again, write us your challenge. Give us your soil borehole. In footprint engineering, we have several thousand years of associate experiences, experts, and a network that's really unparalleled. I know all the geotechnical drilling contractors of any merit in North America. So if you're working in Chicago, or if you're working in Los Angeles, these areas all have unique soil conditions, much the same as in Canada, where the bulk of my experience is across Canada. And 80% of sites in Toronto can have a much lower footprint. In Vancouver, with the same techniques, 60% of sites. So we'll help you qualify. And often risk is to be avoided. So the key to success as a contractor, I've learned over many, many years, is to say no to the risk, or say no to the owner who doesn't want to run a good quality assurance program. Take some of the savings and do a better installation. And these are principles that I'll talk about throughout various shows. So I hope that you can look at least 2 shows a month. I'm thinking of different formats. I do take feedback, and if something I say is inaccurate, it would be appreciated to correct it. If somebody who we have on our show can help you as an owner, then please tune in, because I think where the cost and schedule savings is going to be, and the lower CO2 is going to be, is with the owner. They can be proud. They can be known for being progressive. And if there's building condominiums, or they're trying to attract certain commercial tenants, then let's build buildings that are better, that can last 200 years, that are smarter, more energy efficient. And these are exciting times. Go on the journey with footprint engineering. Myself, I will return calls within 24 hours. I'm still able to do that. I've got a great support group. I believe in young people and young engineers combined with experienced tradesmen, or experienced engineers combined with young tradesmen, for the betterment of all, for the betterment of society. Thank you very much for watching the Footprint Engineering podcast. I hope today you've learned something, and from our solutions for your next project. Thank you very much.